Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Got it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Ready.
They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Samuels. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
We go. 18 Gator. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now Jones from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got Moncrief. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Williams. His first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. 61, matchbox lights.
To throw, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a 1st down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Set. 180.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time.
Pistol.
Get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go,
there is a hush indeed. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Taki came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. This is Samuels. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Operating from the gun, Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing Jones. He's got Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Will Fuller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Gets around him. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Regular.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A run for Nick Chubb. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half, maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Man open, that's Damian Ratley. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jason McCourty, a safety blitz and a sack.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Let's go, D, let's go.
Mayfield to throw it. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the 1st half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Mayfield now. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jason McCourty there to make sure that one didn't find its target. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the option. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the one. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal. They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1. Here's a sneak with Jones. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only second down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up third down.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. Now this time he'll look to throw, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, it was third and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on fourth down unless there's a disaster on third. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on fourth down.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game? Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Well, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Now, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time, and it's third down.
You go set. 18 Gator.
53, watch the screen. Watch the
Now Jones. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. He's got room to run past the 20. A good pickup there of 22.
Let's go.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jones. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Toss play for Samuels. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Looking to throw. Jones gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Jones now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, with the kind of half he's had, I think we can forgive him that run, right? Not every run's going to be a big play, is it?
No, and also the blocking just wasn't there. No room to run.
Yeah, defensively, they got to find a way to build on that because he's eating them alive in the first half.
That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Jones throwing on 4th down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Jalen Samuels with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Well, a lot of things have to go right for an option pitch to be successful. Everything lined up there on the long run.
It does, because you have to make the proper read. It doesn't matter what guy you've decided is going to be read on the defensive front. You still have to execute it. If he comes to the quarterback, you saw there, pitch it out to the running back, and off he goes. A lot of teams don't like to run the option because they don't like having their quarterback hit.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got an open man. He completes it to Callaway. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Mayfield now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
But one thing's for sure, when you got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you got to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Here's Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Watch out. You go tank.
Alert.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
What's that?
55 is mine, guys. 55.
What's that?
Here we go, G. Hey, it's just me.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They run it again with Chubb. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's caught by OBJ. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. One heck of a 3rd down conversion. 33 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Jones now on 1st and 10. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one 28 yards on the ground.
All I remember from my experience as a defender, when the big fella gets the football, you've got to get on him early before he gets a chance to get up ahead of steam, because once he does that, he's going to leave a lot of tacklers in his wake.
They run with the fullback Nix. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
There's a break.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Oh, you get it.
Topper. Deep rim.
On 2nd down now, Samuels. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They don't go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, He might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go. 10-2, son. 53. Come on. You better break. Shoot.
Now Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks. And the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. This is the tight end, Njoku. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run again with Samuels on first down. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming for it. Hey, orbit. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I want that.
Here's Jones, operating from the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Now, the intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. From the gun, Jones. He's got Fuller. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll run with Samuels. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
Back at the 6-yard line.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check the hot read.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Switzer on the return, and he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pull it high. Ready.
A quick throw into the hands of Switzer. A huge play there on the screen pass. 46 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On first down, it's Samuels. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Set up. 60 or.
53 is mine. I'm scared. Switch.
Pilot. 64. Weak. Shoot.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jones. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going, nope, trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Well, both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Samuels. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Christian Travis.
Operating from the gun. Jones. James has got it. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and tell him to look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard
The Browns drive about to get started. Last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. They go play action. Mayfield. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning. Mayfield now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. A first down throw from Mayfield. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mayfield with it once more. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
You ready? 53, Mike. Double dog. That's the 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Go.
On 2nd down, Samuels. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll run it here. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
I got it. Ready.
They'll run with Samuels. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
7 yards. And it's 3rd.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
Not today, Mark. Not today.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Pittsburgh, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cleveland,